Hi guys, if you're enjoying the podcast, it would mean a hell of a lot if you could support us with a few simple steps really. Firstly, hit that follow or subscribe button so you never miss an episode. It really helps us grow and reach new people.
Also, you can leave us a review, a rating. It makes a huge difference in helping others discover the podcast. I would also love to hear from you as well. So drop a comment with your thoughts, feedback, or even something that you'd like us to discuss. Joe, we can give you some feedback on our thoughts.
Finally, if you know someone who would benefit from hearing the rubbish that me and him talk, then share it with them because, you really could be helping somebody. But lastly, and most importantly, thank you so much for being part of this community. We genuinely really do appreciate your support. So thanks, guys. Here's the episode, and it's an absolute belter.
Cheers, guys.
You're listening to Minds on the Mersey, the podcast that's all about strong minds, real talk, and positive mental health for men. We're breaking down barriers, smashing the stigma, and having the kind of open, honest chats that really matter. From everyday struggles to stories of strength, this is where conversation meets connection. I'm your host Sam Roberts, and this is Minds on the Mersey.
You all right, mate?
What's happened to your head?
Ah, mate.
Get a bit close to that mic.
Mate.
What have you done to your head?
Mate.
Just ask me one question.
Yeah.
And I want the honest truth. If Pixar made you do this because you need to look older in Toy Story 5?
If they paid me, I'd do it. I would have done it a long time ago in Toy Story 2, mate.
For the people that aren't watching on video and are wondering what's going on, Richie's shaved all his hair off. He's bolder than I am, and that takes some doing. Did you bick it?
No, just the foil razors. Well, I didn't shave it off. My barber, Jamie's barber.
He's got a good fucking razor, it's got right close to the skin there, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done a good job, mate.
You're going to buy yourself one of those?
I've bought one.
Have you? Yeah. Which one did you buy?
I bought a...
This isn't an ad, by the way.
What did I buy? A Riverton RX-7 or something like that. So, I did a bit of research. As you know, I'm autistic as fuck. I think of every scenario. And, yeah, So, I was looking at pictures from when we played the when Mersey Mind Project played the Tram Rovers, and I could see my head side on. I was thinking, fucking hell. Look a bit. You look odd. Rich. You you look like... I don't really want to say what I thought I looked like. But anyway, so... and then a few days later, I've got Ring cameras pointing out of my house. And to be honest with you, unless there's an event at 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that, I don't look at it. Right? I really don't, because then that's that. So, and then I seen myself and I seen the egg in the nest that I had here. And I thought, this was the other day, and I thought, fuck's sake. And then I was and then I was sat there last night, I was lying on the bed, and I was like, it's going to have to go. It's just going to have to go. And then, so I texted the barber saying, I checked to see if he had an appointment on the app and that first, which he didn't. I said, can you squeeze me in to shave my head and just give me a beard, a bit of a trim and stuff like that? And he went, shave your head, ? He's been saying I've got smoke for the last few years for hair. Do you know what I mean? He said, you're bald with hair. It's the saying he was using. The fucking cunt. And then anyway, so I was like, yeah, let's do it. So once I made the decision that was going to happen, then went on to Google, started looking for which foil razor is the best, and it said this one. So it got delivered today. It cost me £60, and we'll see what happens when I use it in the morning.
I'm just absolutely astonished. Astonished.
So I've been
unbelievable.
I've actually been quite, not paranoid is the word, but I'd say borderline like depressed. I'm going to be fucking bald. No offense. I know you've been bald for a while, you know, but I didn't want to go bald, but getting it done today, I'm not going to lie, I felt liberated. I thought I'm going to look like a fucking weird egg. I've got a big scar in the middle of my head.
It's going to take some getting used to, you know, like from my point of view, it's going to take some getting used to.
No, I get that, but I just think to myself, like, I feel liberated. I feel free. Honestly, I feel
like when your balls flap in the wind.
Yeah, when you get out the shower and your bathroom window's open and you just start self-drying on their own like that, just flapping away. But there's loads and loads and loads of like people going bald out there, and honest to God, sat here right now, it's the best thing I've ever done. Like
fucking hell.
Like no, in regards,
he started podcasts. He works for a charity. You know, he's done all this stuff. But shaving his hair off is the best thing he's ever done.
No, but in terms of like my personal and like self belief and all that, and like I was always like really paranoid. Like even like looking back, I've had the receding hairline since I was like 5. Do you know what I mean? I've probably hit by a fucking death ray or something when I was a kid. But like, I've had a receding hairline for that long, and then I was just looking at it, and then I looked down, and I was like looking, and I was getting the camera out, taking different like angles of my head and stuff last night. I was like, you just look at twat, Rich. Just do it. And then I made the decision, and then I just boom went and done it. Like, and
fair play.
I feel sexy and free, as Jessie J says, and it's honestly it feels weird. It's a bit of a draft.
Have your head been cold today?
Yeah. I got it done at 10:30 this morning, and it's been cold since. But I'm actually quite obsessed with just like rubbing the head at the moment.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Feels boss, doesn't it?
I'm sure the novelty of that will wear out, like, but it's liberating. It's liberating, mate. It really is, and it's quite.
Well, in some more good news for the people who are watching on video, they will see at the front here this beautiful piece of equipment here, this is our new sponsor. So we are now sponsored by Dubby energy drinks. If I can be bothered to record an advert for it over the weekend, I will. If not, go to Dubby.gg and use the code word Mersey10 for 10% off your order. It's boss stuff. It's really tasty. It's really
that
good.
Flavour you've got in there is lovely.
Yeah, it's there's no sugar, so you don't get the sugar crash. It's full of B vitamins, etc., etc. Like I say, I might record an advert for the weekend, but if not, and you're an energy drink drinker and you're sick of the sugar crashes from the traditional ones that you get from the shop and stuff, try Dubby. Dubby.gg. It's boss.
Also, guys, if you go on Dubby's like Facebook page, like myself, you can sometimes they do like a free like hat along with your order, so you get like a £30 hat for nothing. I will say it does come from America. It does take a little while, doesn't it?
Mine took about 10 days to get.
Okay, yeah, so 10 days, 2 weeks, and but it does taste nice. It really
and
does.
It really does work as well. So Dubby.gg and use the code word Mersey10. Right, let's crack into this because we're short of time here again.
Yeah, we've had technical difficulties.
Richie, talk to me about your interview.
So I recently went for a job interview. I'm not going to say the name of the company because it wasn't the best.
Are you okay for your current workplace to know about this?
Yeah.
Because this does go out into the public domain, just letting you know. Okay.
To be brutally honest with you, so like I was having a bit of bother where I currently work, and I'm not going to say things been going my way because it sounds like I'm an absolute petty child there, but like just wasn't happy with some of the decisions being made, wasn't happy with like in terms of like what I perceived the vision to be at the time, which is probably the best way to see it. Cut the long story short, I sat down with a group of like some of the like with my manager, my director, and one of the chief execs as well, just to have a chat, and it got sorted like that. But in that time frame of like me seeing my ass and then the resolution, if you like, I applied for a job.
Okay.
Wasn't like, and I was sat there, I was angry. I was like, I fucking apply for this. I'll show them. I know best, you know. So I applied for this job, and I didn't just go for one interview with them. I went for 2 interviews with them, and the saying is correct: the grass isn't always greener on the other side. So when I was being told like certain things and stuff like that, and then listening to them in the interview, I didn't get the job anyway. I came third out of 2 positions that they were taking on,
right, which
is really good. I did lack in certain retail experience in terms of like retail management of buildings and stuff like that, which is Joe, it's good to know where I currently lack. Terrific feedback. The people they seemed okay, but Joe, when you're just not clicking with someone and the vibe just wasn't there.
You didn't quite feel it, like you didn't quite get the feeling.
No, I didn't quite. I'm disappointed that I didn't get it because no one likes to be told you're not good enough, do they? But in the same breath, I'm also made up that I didn't have to sit there and have to and ah over the choices. Do you know what I mean? Because would I have left where I currently work up until like 2 weeks ago, possibly? But then things got sorted out, and then I had the second interview, and I just thought, I'm not sure whether I want this job now that I'm actually going for. Which is actually also...
Do you reckon that's part of why you didn't get it? Because you've already gone into the second interview thinking, I'm not sure I want this anymore? Do you reckon that's part of your mindset wasn't like, I'm going for this, I'm going to nail it, I'm going to smash it. You're like, I'm not really bothered if I get it or not.
Potentially. And then, but also, could that have gone in my favour, being relaxed, where I don't know. I really don't know, but I just got the vibe that it wasn't a fit for me, but when I was thinking about the first interview, like the night before, doing interview researching the company, seeing what the core values are on the internet, I was getting really stressed. I wasn't dead anxious. I was up half the night, panicking, thinking, am I making the right decision? Am I doing this right? I'm like, what am I even doing at some point? And the stress that brought on me was... Like, I've only ever worked at one place, and I've gone through the ranks, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe the reason why I've lost me is because of where the company work. But
no, it's because you shaved it off.
Yeah, but I didn't have loads anyway. It looked good from the front, but on the top it looked bald and see-through and smoky. But
smoky is one way of describing it.
It looked like smoke. That's Jamie, that twat. But yeah, and from listening to how they currently work to how I currently work now, going to work-home life balance, I wouldn't have had the same work. That wouldn't have been the same. You would have been tethered to a desk in the office, or having to drive all over the country. And I was like, when I actually sat down and wrote down all the pros and cons, the home life balance, that wouldn't have been right for me.
Mm.
And
it's the main reason why I got out of chefing. So obviously as a young man, I threw myself into my career and I got some really good jobs. Worked for Jamie Oliver twice. I really did have some really good sort of jobs. And
he took turkey twizzlers out of schools, mate. You can't listen to him.
Yeah, well,
I am still angry.
He's still sound. He's all right.
Turkey twizzlers, Sam.
But anyway, so
turkey twizzlers, Sam.
I know, but no,
there are other things. I will never forgive that man for that.
But yeah, that's why I got out of chefing, because I always call it a young man's game, and I had me own, my kids and stuff. So I met Catherine, she had kids. It was difficult enough being in work when they're at home, and then when they're at home, I'm in work, and blah, blah, blah. And it's, it got to the point where I had to make a bit of a decision, and I was earning really good money in the job that I was in. I was earning really good money, but at the end of the day, money's not everything.
No.
And I swapped money for a better home work-life balance, and I now work Monday to Friday. I do 8:30 till 4:30, and it's loads better. I'm happier in the job that I'm in, but I'm not earning as much, nowhere near as much, but that's not everything.
No, it's not. No,
there's no point in earning loads of money if you can't then spend that money on time with the people that you want to be with.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? So it's it was a way up of an option, and I really wasn't happy in the catering anymore. And I decided, no, I'm gonna do it. Can we afford it? Yes, we can. Sound. We just live by our means. Happy days. And yeah, I'm made up that I did, because now I've got a good job. Work Monday to Friday, 8:30 till 4:30. Get all my weekends off. Get all my bank holidays off. I don't work Christmas. I mean, fucking, I work Christmas every year from the age of 15 to
that's another thing.
33, I think. 34 is mental.
Where I work right now, we get the Christmas shutdown, so we finish on Christmas Eve half day, then we don't go back until the 2nd.
Yeah,
all that's just off. Obviously, I cover the out of hours, so between the team of us, the 7 of us, we all have to do a day. I did Christmas Day last year, but it was fine. I had a perfectly good day. It was nothing, And but yeah, it's just that home life balance. It's and when I was listening to
it's so good for your mental health, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
that is what you need, isn't it?
When I was listening to this job interview, when I walked out into the office, if you after the interview, I was looking around and I was thinking, it's busy in here, it's loud in here, Do you know what I mean? It was a bit overwhelming, and probably a bit.
Do you reckon you'd have struggled with it?
Yeah,
Just the
overall,
overload, sensory overload.
Yeah, I would have just gone. I think I would have had a meltdown and quit after about a week.
Really?
Yeah, and come begging.
Earplugs, man.
Well, I've got headphones which do noise cancelling and stuff like that. But again, like after a while, I feel like I'm getting my head squeezed by certain headphones and stuff. But no, it was mental, mate. It was absolute. It was so. I felt empowered when he didn't get the job. If anything, I thought, thank fuck for that. I haven't got to sit there and like, oh my god, I felt great. I haven't got to worry about the home work life balance. I haven't got to worry about anything. Now I can just plod on doing what I'm doing now, which is site management, which is what I'm good at, what I'm trained in. I've been on building sites my entire life. I was a plasterer by trade, and now I'm like, I feel I'm made up. I didn't get it. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, obviously the best decision came out in the end. What was right for me came out. What will be, and that's what it was. Do you know what I mean? So I was really, really happy when they told me I didn't get the job.
Which is weird, isn't it?
It's weird in itself, mate. It is weird in itself. But yeah, and that obviously links in quite well with what's just recently happened to you, Sam. Doesn't it, when we talk about sensory overloads and stuff like
my
that?
assessment,
Yeah, so...
I had my autism assessment,
hang on.
Which was fun.
Tell us the full story.
Of what? Of what we're trying to know?
Like...
How mental I am.
Well, we fucking know that. But, going back to when did you first try and get an assessment?
So, when Finn sort of was going through his sort of stuff and I was learning about him and how he thinks and how he sees the world and stuff, and I just kept thinking...
Fucking that's me.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's also me. Yeah, that's also me. Yeah, that's also me. And I just thought, oh, do you know what? Makes sense, this. And it sort of clicked in my head. I was like, oh, shit, yeah, I am properly autistic, aren't I? And then I phoned me mum.
Could have told you that for free.
I phoned me mum, genuinely, right? And I went, I am on blah, blah, blah. With Finn going through all of this autism assessment stuff and that, I've been thinking about getting assessed myself because I think I might be autistic. And she went, you might be. She went, if autism was as prevalent back then as it is now, you'd have been the poster boy for autism. I was like, thanks, mum. Nice one. Cheers. Thanks for that.
At least she was honest.
But, but then you look back at stuff as a kid. So, like, mad things. Like, if you opened a packet of crisps upside down, I'd have a meltdown and refuse to eat them.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're upside down.
Can I just jump in there? Right, when I used to stay, so I lived on an estate called the Aki Estate in Benton Close, and we lived in number 8, and my nan lived in number 4. I spent a lot of time over at my nan's house because, like my sisters and stuff like that. And my nan changed the lampshade one day, and I screamed for about an hour until she put the old one back up. She had to get the old one out the bin and put it back up. Like, I'm just relating to you like that. Do you know what I mean? It's
little things like that, and then. But this was part of the assessment. So basically, before I actually attended the assessment, they sent through a questionnaire that I had to fill in, asking all sorts of stuff about my education and my work history and all that sort of stuff. I didn't go into my work history. It took me 2 weeks to fucking write it.
Yeah.
I just put chef from this date to this date. Now I work here. That's it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But then they asked me about where I went to school and certain things. Does this trigger you? Does that trigger you? Blah blah. And I answered it, and by answering it honestly, it saved about an hour and a half on the actual assessment itself. So got there at 10 a.m, went through, and then she just started asking loads of really mad questions about, like, when I was younger, did this trigger? How are you with, like, noises? So I explained, like, when Catherine chews ice, it absolutely makes me feel sick. I'm really not good with, like, people eating loudly and chewing. I just can't stand it. It does me head in.
Okay.
Like, how am I with, like, eye contact? How am I with physical contact? How was I when I grew up? How was I with relationships with women? If you heterosexual, how was your relationships with women? Blah blah. And I was just like, fucking hell, this is like,
it's heavy and stuff.
It's like proper, like, whoa, what's going on here? Anyways, it lasted about 2.25 hours. Then she had to do this health and safety assessment questionnaire thing where she's asking me if I'm currently being manipulated by anybody and am I being sexually abused. And I was like, what's this got to do with autism, this? It was proper, like...
I think that must be like, because, like, people who
are you being coerced into being here, this sort of thing?
They can be gullible and been taken advantage of, can't they?
So it was like, so anyways, I was like, She said, yeah, do this at the end because I don't want to put a bummer on the session at the very beginning. So I usually do this at the end. I was like, okay, cool. I get that. Yeah, understand that. No problem. And yeah, lasted about just over 2 hours. It was all right. They're going to phone me mum on Friday and speak to her for a few. Well, that'll probably be about an 8-hour phone call, I'd imagine.
So if a conversation could be recorded,
I might ask your mum to record it and I'll just release it as an episode of the podcast.
Fucking hilarious. She's going to tell you about the time she caught you doing something with your willy and everything, isn't she?
Probably, yeah. But yeah.
Sorry.
All the time that I sneak one of my dad's porno mags under my pillow. But yeah.
Let's keep it PG, Sam.
You say the C word every 20 seconds.
I haven't said it today.
You said it once already. I'm on count. You've said it once.
We need a swear jar.
No, we may as well just put 20 quid in it at the start.
What I do?
20 quid going in, Susan. There we go. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the autism assessment went all right, I think. They're going to speak to my mum and then they are going to let me know the results further down the line. He's to go to a panel and the panel look at all the evidence and they either decide, no, he's not, tell him to do one. We're not sure. We need more evidence, so I don't know what happened at that point. I'm not quite sure.
I think that's more questions.
Or they'd go like, yeah, there's loads of evidence here. Yeah, he's definitely autistic. Yeah, we can diagnose him. Happy days.
Yeah.
So I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know how long that takes, but you know.
At least they're not just doing like what like some people might perceive like, oh, yeah, he just give him a badge, give him a label. He's autistic, and off he goes. At least they're putting some proper thought on it. At least it's going to be more than one person's opinion in the panel, if you like.
Yeah, so, apparently they're a panel of experts, but we'll soon find out.
Of course, we'll soon find out, won't we?
See how expert they are,
We could be a panel of experts here, Sam, though, couldn't we? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm an expert in everything. I know fucking loads of shit.
Anyone wants diagnosing, we've got you covered.
Between me and him, we probably have got everything covered on the spectrum, to be fair. Like, got my bike out the other day. Speaking of doing good things for your mental health.
Cycling.
Oh, mate, got my bike out for the first time.
When you fell off it.
Oh, that was bad, that.
I'm so sorry. I've got a nervous disposition. I was howling.
Oh, mate, that really did hurt.
I know you sent us pictures.
Honestly, lads, honestly. Last summer in the middle of me charity riding 250 kilometres in July challenge, and then, some old dears decided not to move, and it was either fucking hit them or go into the barrier and hurt myself, so I decided to do that rather than taking out a group of pensioners.
I'd have took the pensioners out. Out.
Anyway, yeah, so...
so you're back out, are you?
Back out, mate, yeah, honestly.
Any more challenges coming?
No, not as it stands, no, because I'm too lazy now, can't be honest.
Too lazy than 11 months ago.
Yeah, I've changed a lot in that level. I'm a new man. I'm a new man.
I
would say I've got a new haircut, but I haven't. That's you. So, yeah, out on the bike. I went out with Perry and Finn. I love Finn to bits, and he'll listen to this, but it is really nerve-wracking going out on the bike with Finn. He's only 9, and he's pedaling away. But as he's trying to pedal dead hard, he's like swerving as he's pedaling. I'm like, please don't crash into people. Please don't crash into people. He almost wiped some other fella out on like a really expensive looking bike. And I was like, oh my God, no, please don't.
You're almost like not asked if he falls over and hits himself. It's more like if he hits anyone else.
Yeah,
really,
or he ends up fucking riding into the Mersey or something. Do you know what I mean? Because we went down onto the front and then rode up to Otter's Pool.
Yeah.
At the pub there, the Britannia.
Yeah,
I went in there. I got a cider. Perry got a cherry Coke, Finn got an apple juice, and then we got just some little bits of food to share, and then rode back. It was lovely, yeah, really nice. It was really nice. It's good dad and lad time, and I got home.
Well, now the football's off as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Got home, had a shower, sat down, had another cider, a couple more, and just felt dead
relaxed.
Good that I've got out and done something, rather than just plonking my ass in front of the telly and watching something on the telly. Yeah, but the weather was great. I mean, the weather today's been bipolar. Like 1 minute it's sunny, next minute it's absolutely coming down.
We've just had both doors. We've just had both doors open in here, and it just howled through.
Mate,
shut one, didn't it? Fucking jumped on my skin.
But yeah, so that was really good, man. It was really good, and we spoke about physical exercise on previous episodes about how beneficial it is for your mental health and stuff. Even just going out for a walk, I think the mixture of a little bit of exercise and fresh air, mate, honestly, can do your mental health the world of good. Honestly, if you're feeling slightly down or you're nervous about something like a upcoming interview or something, honestly, go for a little stroll or something, because the fresh air, mate, it does wonders. It honestly does. It
I am
really
made up.
does.
Joe, sometimes I love the sun and all the hot weather and stuff, but I am made up. It's cooled down a little bit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really am made up. It's cooled down a little bit.
Right, come on, let's get this out of the way.
So
Arnie Slot's gone. Come on. I know you want to say it. Slotty's out. Oh, Slotty's at the wheel. Go on. Get it out of the way. Go on.
That's the almost. Liverpool Football Club have notoriously been saying that they always stand by the managers and blah 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 this and blah 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 blah. I'm almost a little bit disappointed in Liverpool Football Club for that. But in the same breath, you can't keep him, can you? His performances weren't good, and you go back to April, the season you won the league, and the telltale signs were there. Salah coming out saying what he was saying as well. That was a nail in a coffin for him. I don't think that was very professional. To be honest with you, keep it in-house, keep it closed doors, like, you know what I mean? Go and, if you need to speak to the boss, go and speak to someone's boss.
I don't think he was doing that for his benefit, though. I think he was doing that for Liverpool Football Club's benefit.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, but he could have, like, let's say we worked together and I had a problem with you and blah blah, and we couldn't.
Go outside for a fight.
Oh, no, but like I'd just go and speak to your manager. Say, Sam's being a dick.
House.
No, but you know, no, but do you know what I mean? Like, and instead of like. Keep it private. Keep it in the families. Do you know what I mean? I don't like.
I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying.
When you look at Man United, all the stories that were coming out about the managers and stuff like that. Like, you know, I just thought, just creates unrest. Creates like, because everyone knows who, like, this has been leaked from Man United's changing room. You go in that changing room as a manager afterwards. You look around the room. You think could have been him. Could have been him. Could have been him. Do you know what I mean? And then it just starts. And then actually, you know, 2 of them aren't starting Sunday.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And just like, I don't like it when stories come out. Keep it in the family. Keep it hush-hush. Sack him by all means. His performances were shite. He spent a lot of money, and looking at the team, I'm not sure which one of his signings are going to come good.
To be honest with you, yes, he had a hand in the signings, but I wouldn't call them his signings. Jurgen Klopp was the manager of Liverpool, and he had the final say on what players came in and came out. He was advised, but he had the final say. Arnie Slot was the head coach.
Yeah.
And he was provided the tools by other people.
It's almost like what's happened since, like, when
and that's why
Fergie leaving Liverpool, Fergie leaving United, sorry.
Richard Hughes, who's the managing sporting director at Liverpool, needs to have a long, hard look in the mirror because, listen, I don't think Slot should have stayed in the end. I was 50-50. If he was a manager next season, I would have been right, fine, we have to back him. He's still here, let's back him. Let's get behind him. But now he's gone, I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. Yeah. Because the performances weren't good at the end of last season. They really weren't. But I think Richard Hughes needs to have a look in the mirror because I think he was left woefully short within the squad. We got rid of players and never replaced them. Obviously, you've got the tragedy around Diogo Jota.
Yeah.
You know, that obviously didn't help. But I think he was left short in the squad. He was short of a centre-half. He didn't have any pacey wingers.
No.
You know,
no one was getting in behind, were
exactly. So, you know, it's... listen, it is what it is. He's gone. It looks like Andoni Iraola is coming in, which...
And also, as well, one thing that like there was no needle in there, like, someone to do a bit of a tackle.
Yeah, there was nothing like that. No fight in the team at all. There was nothing.
Like, Jota would leave his foot in, Diaz would leave his foot in, be a bit to cause.
Well, yeah. So the prime example for me was when we lost to City away in the FA Cup, right?
Yeah.
I went to that game. I didn't even go back up after half time. Yeah. After me pint, I stayed in the concourse, right?
You're not seeing
I've never done that ever, right? But Virgil van Dijk came out after the game and said, "Oh yeah, as players we gave up." Now I keep saying to Liverpool fans, do you honestly believe that would have been allowed to have happened if we had someone like a Jordan Henderson or a James Milner in that squad? Do you think those players would have done that? They wouldn't. And there's a lack of leadership on the pitch.
So, like...
Now, Van Dijk's a good captain. He'll talk and blah, blah, blah. He leads by example. But we haven't got that person setting the standards every day.
Barking the orders from the middle of the park.
And even at training, you have to set the standards. Like James Milner was like... Apparently, James Milner, if there's a meeting at 3 o'clock, once it goes from 2:59 to 3 o'clock, you're late.
Yeah, you are.
Because the meeting starts at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, you are late. Yeah.
And then you get fined.
Yeah.
And you need someone in the training ground setting those standards every day. And it doesn't look like we've got anybody doing it.
No.
And now you've lost 2 more leaders in Salah and Robertson. So
I don't think Robertson should have left. I thought he had another year, 18 months, 2 years in him.
Next season will be very interesting.
So I'm not going to kick you down.
But no, just
Slotty's no longer at the wheel.
Just one quick last one before we end this first section, because we need to set up more equipment, and I'm pissed off with equipment and
I
stuff.
just want to do one more thing as well after that. Sam, I know you want to talk about this, but I want to talk about the link that you've put in, if that's okay.
Go on. Have you looked at the link?
Yeah, but let's talk about the other two. While we're linking on football, let's talk about the other two.
Let's leave the link for this week. We'll do that next week.
Oh, okay. Fun.
But yeah, the other one I want to talk about, obviously, is obviously Kevin Keegan and now obviously King Kenny has come out. They're both battling cancer diagnoses, which is very sad. Kevin Keegan's is now stage 4, so that's really not looking good.
Now, is it stage 4?
Yeah, it's spread to other parts of his body and stuff. So yeah, that's really, really sad. And then Kenny Dalglish inadvertently put on his Instagram that he was also suffering. He was meant to send a private message, and he put it out on Instagram instead.
Fucking hell.
So he didn't want it. He didn't want the public to know what was going on.
Just wanted to remain private.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that.
But it turns out that and then apparently, I think I read somewhere today that John Barnes potentially.
Yeah, someone said that in one of our group chats.
Yeah.
So
don't know how true that is.
Listen, speedy recovery to all. Cancer's shit.
Yeah, man.
Cancer's the shit. It's the shit. The shit.
Yeah.
You know, and anyone else who's going through.
But regularly check yourself in the shower. Check yourself. If you're a male, have a little feel down there and check. Have a feel for lumps. Ladies, do the same thing. Have a little feel for lumps, or constantly check yourselves, because it can...
don't be afraid to go to the doctor.
Exactly. If you find a lump, just go and get it seen to.
Or even if you just
as
suspect
soon
something.
As possible.
Something's going wrong, just go to the doctors.
Yeah.
Anything
go and get seen. Go and get seen as soon as you can, because doing nothing about it's not going to help, is it?
No. It'll just get worse and worse and worse. Next thing you know, you're accidentally sending a message to a private message and putting it on Instagram.
Totally agree.
Aren't you?
Yep. Absolutely.
It's just sad, mate. It's sad. Speedy recovery to all, and I hope everyone's okay, and everyone else who's suffering from the big C. You're not alone. Speak to people. Don't suffer in silence, please. Don't. And get out and get some fresh air while you can. Get some exercise. And
absolutely. Yeah.
Keep fucking fighting.
Yeah. Keep battling. Keep going. Yeah. Keep going. Right, I'm going to battle with this equipment in a minute.
You're having a mare tonight, aren't you?
I hate this equipment. It's doing me head in. Honestly.
Right, guys, we'll see you in part 2.
Oh, you might do.
Oh, you might do. See if Sam's last laptop out the window by then.
Yeah, I'd have gone by
Take care, guys. We'll see you in a mo.
Feeling drained, foggy, running on fumes again? Yeah, we've all been there. But what if your energy boost didn't come with the jitters, the crash, or the chemical aftertaste? Introducing Dubby, the clean energy formula built for focus, built for clarity, and built for people who actually care about what they put in their body. Dubby is powered by a Nutrifactor blend, a natural brain-boosting ingredient designed to sharpen your mind, dial in your focus, and keep you locked in for hours. No sugar, no fillers, no artificial colours, no nonsense. Just smooth, long-lasting energy that tastes incredible and keeps you performing at your best. Whether you're gaming, creating, studying, working out, or just trying to get through a day without crashing. So ditch the jitter juice, skip the sugar bombs, and upgrade to clean energy that actually works. And if you use code word Mersey10 at checkout, you will get 10% off your order. So, Dubby, be better, be focused, be unstoppable. Get yours today from Dubby.gg. That's Dubby.gg. Use code word Mersey10 for 10% off your order. Right, part 2. If it works and if it records, this could all be for fuck all, and I'll be phoning Eve Donnelly tomorrow going, Eve, please come on remotely because this doesn't fucking work, blah, blah, blah. Eve Donnelly's here, everybody. Hey.
Thank you very much for having us on.
And you're also joined by Chelsea as well. How are we doing, Chelsea? All right, darling?
How are you?
Yeah, absolutely class, absolutely class. Right. First things first, let's explain to the viewers and listeners what it is that you guys do. So we've mentioned Reverse Northwest on here quite a few times, especially when our mate Sarah came in.
Yes.
So tell us all about Reverse first, and then you can introduce then obviously what Chelsea does.
So Reverse Northwest, we're a safe space hub for women, children, young people, offering, well, it says what it sort of does what it says on the tin, we're a safe space. You can come in, you don't have to speak. You can come in and cry. and it's a space which is just open for women, children who've gone through the worst types of abuse. We tend to have women come in that are struggling with housing issues and all manner of different stuff. We offer counselling, various amounts of therapy. We've now started with this different side, which is the crime prevention side, and I had my eye on Chelsea, who's sitting next to me for ages. I was going to a gym class and thought she'd be boss.
So you've coached her then, basically.
Yeah, basically, I'd creepily poached her, and I had my eye on her.
I would say
and I thought,
Stalking, yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
And
Fucking hell.
and I just thought she'd be boss with our young people because she's been there, she's done it. She wore the T-shirt and
Lived
she's completely
experience.
changed her life around. And rather than it being, we offer counselling, therapy, I wanted to have, crime prevention, working with young, really challenging adults that might have seen DV at home. And we offer like free beauty treatments and everything. So it's
we're looking into doing, aren't we, some sports things as well.
Yeah, loads of sports and possible retreats we're looking into now as well, which is Chelsea's idea. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So Chelsea, what explain a little bit about what you do within Reverse then for us, like in detail.
So obviously I work in a gym, so my main priority is empowering people, making people feel better. So Eve approached me because when I was younger, I was, I used to get into a little bit of trouble. That's maybe a lot of trouble.
We'll go into that later.
Yeah. Well, you can go as far as you want, look. And she just wants me to go into schools, speak to kids and tell them what I went through, how I was when I was young. There was no support when I was young. And tell them that there's a better way, there's a different path to take, which I did take. A lot of my friends never. So a lot of my friends went a different way to me, and it's just guiding the kids into the right place instead of going down the wrong path, really, and just...
I suppose it's also about showing them as well, though, that you can take wrong turns at times as well.
Well, I took a lot of wrong turns, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going for.
When people say abuse isn't linear, it's not, is it? It's multifaceted and there's different layers to it. And we're all a product, aren't we, of our environment. So Chelsea comes from a rough area. Her dad was Andy and she was going down this... my whole point would be young people, they might listen to me a little bit. They'll listen to her because she's been there and she's done it. Yeah. And there's going to be a screen behind her. So she'll talk through DV and there'll be things put up of my experience, so it'll still be cases around domestic abuse, but alcohol, drugs are affiliated with domestic abuse. She's just going to be all the targets around school. I think from year 9 to year 11 will be an excellent age in secondary school.
And I just think as well, so like when I was young, I was on the youth offending team, so obviously I had like to go and sit in these rooms with women who'd never been on an estate before. They didn't know what estates were like. They're reading to you out of a book that they've done in uni, and they don't actually know what your life's been. They haven't got a clue. And I used to sit there and wrap rings around them, and they didn't know what they were doing.
You can't learn it from
You
textbook.
can't.
You've got to live it.
I had no respect for that person because they didn't.
The best, like we had a guest on from the Phoenix thing the week.
Yeah, we had Daryl who set up the Phoenix project. His story is fucking wild. It's he sat in last week and we were just like this. He's like mouth wide open, just listening to some of the stuff he's been through.
I could write a book about my life.
Well, he's written a book. It's out on Amazon and stuff.
What would you call your book? Just out of curiosity.
That's a good question. I love that.
Keeping Seacombe sexy.
Yeah.
You've never been to Seacombe?
I have been. Of course, I've been to Seacombe.
Okay.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was incredible. Couldn't wait to get back.
Yeah.
Did you go to the posh end?
For all our listeners in Seacombe.
Where's the... Hang on. Let's just stop there. Where's the posh end?
Lower Liscard.
Yeah.
Sweet baby Jesus. Posh end by Guinea Gap.
Yeah.
So, Eve, obviously, we've met before.
We have,
We've
yes.
met before. And I was lucky enough to sit in on a radio interview
Oh,
that
the
you
lovely
did with Army
Justin.
Justin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, love
He's
Justin.
absolutely class, isn't he, Justin?
Yeah, he's gorgeous.
And I was like listening to your story and stuff, and I was like blown away by it. But obviously, maybe our listeners and viewers don't know a little bit about your backstories. If you don't mind, if you
Yeah,
could
of
tell a little bit
course.
about your backstory and obviously what led up to you obviously setting up Reverse.
Well, I was on Snapchat and I got an ad on Snapchat. So just to do it really quickly, and it was a guy, and he went and he was fit. He sent me a picture of himself, and we found out that we knew the same people. And it was that African OA. This was in like, I'd just come back from London, so I was like, I felt good about myself. I was looking the best I'd ever looked. I was back in Liverpool with all my mates. So I went, yeah, go on, I'll meet you in Sefton Park, because I thought we knew all the same people anyway. I was safe. And we met up, and then he went, do you want to come back to ours for a bevy? So I'm, yeah, all right. And I just never really left. He was constantly putting my clothes in the wash, and my clothes were always wet. So I was always having my nightie on. And within the first 5 days, he smashed my head off a coffee table. But because I've never experienced any form of except for like watching maybe The Godfather, I've never experienced that level of violence. And I'd caught him speaking to another girl, and I said, I'm getting off, he's speaking to another girl. And he smashed my head off a coffee table. So I was a bit concussed, and there was blood coming, there was like blood matted in my hair. And he was, oh God, I didn't mean that. And of course, I believed him, because why wouldn't I believe him? Nobody had smashed my head off a coffee table. So it is terrible, but as bad as it sounds to say, well, I stayed because I didn't realise, So that was my first sort of introduction of abuse off him, and it just
How old were you?
progressed. Was I probably 26, 27? Was I 26, 27? Yeah, 27, I think. And it just progressed, and we become like, bear in mind, I didn't have a child at the time. We were in this love bubble. I was obsessed with him. He was like the best looking man I've ever seen in my life. And he was everything. He was tall, even down to his feet and his hands. I thought he was perfect. And now I know it was Stockholm syndrome, which if your listeners don't know, it's just where basically you sort of bond with your captor and your abuser, and
Trauma bond.
it's like a trauma bond. Yeah, I couldn't see the wood for the trees, or whatever the expression is. He was knocking me unconscious on a daily basis, so it's definitely done something to my head. And while I was unconscious, he'd rape me. But of course, again, I'm speaking as though it's a different person, because it was nearly 9 years ago now, lads, that I took him to court and everything when I was heavily pregnant. But yeah, so it just got worse and worse, from burning me, spitting at me, knocked me unconscious as I'd wrapped around the toilet, he'd urinate on me, locked me outside in his backyard for up to 45 minutes at a time, naked. But it's weird as I'm saying it so matter of fact, because in all honesty, I don't remember a lot of it. I'd had a breakdown, I lost the ability to be able to speak, so I don't remember a lot of it. The rapes, there was a few when I was conscious, which the police said, you've been raped a different way. But I didn't realise, even though I think I was a bit embarrassed, because I was in my late 20s and I didn't realise I was being sexually abused. I had a super high sex drive, and I considered our relationship to be like quite a highly sexed relationship. I didn't know that when he'd batter me, and then I'd wake up from being unconscious, he'd rape me, and then I could have said no to having sex with him, because I thought, we're going to make up now, so he'd get on top of me, and my head would be double the size, I'd have hair ripped out. So anyway, it got to the point where I was taking time off work, so rather than my bosses at the time being sympathetic, they threatened to sack me, and grown men on shift, because I was a support worker at the time, were crying. And it was I think it was upsetting the service users. A lot of people with different forms of learning difficulties and stuff that we'd support, and various mental health difficulties. And then I left the country. So I fled the country, because I said to the police that a lovely detective who was in charge of me, called Craig, people have different varying experiences with the police, and I'm like that with the police now after doing the job I do. But I have to say, this police officer, he saved my life. I'd be dead if it wasn't for him, and I mean in the very literal sense. I said to him, I can't stay away from him. I kept leaving, and then he'd get me back into his, and I thought, I've got to leave. So I left, fucked off to Gran Canaria. So if you're ever going to leave, go to Gran Canaria. Don't go like down south or to Birmingham or somewhere. Go to Gran Canaria. So I stayed there for 6 months. He ends up getting back in my head. And my mate who had made there, when you're not going to go back to him, I wouldn't go back to him. He paid for me ticket. I went right back to him. And the second I walked through the door, he had his hands on me, and I thought, what have I done? I thought he's going to kill me. Yeah. Anyway, cut a long story short, I ended up getting back with them. The police were panicking about me. I was lying to the police. They were turning up to do spot checks at my work. I was permanently black and blue with my head about that big. And he'd done me ribs and me knee in. And then, yeah, there was this one night, and I knew. I thought tonight's going to be the night when he's going to kill me. I just knew. Well, I can't explain it. Somebody had messaged me, and I went, you can have a look at my phone. And it was a lad who was saying, God, he's fucking dickhead, and I wish you'd get away from him. He looked at me, and I didn't know he was going to message, and I'd never cheated on him. He was just my friend. I thought, and his eyes, like a great white shark that's biting its prey, rolled in the back of his head. He seemed to turn black. I thought he's going to kill me. And I was thinking, my God, the door's there. And he was rummaging for through the knife drawer, and I just about managed to get away. And that was when the police then really pushed forward with it. But I went back to him pregnant, which I do feel I shouldn't feel ashamed, because I was very, very unwell at the time. But I put my own life and my child's life in danger. I stayed with him for months. So all the way through the court case, with the court case penned, and I was meeting up with the detective in charge. Of course, I was going back to him overnight. And in the end, my mate Nancy, when we were in court, she went, tell him the truth. And the detective went, what? And I thought he was going to flip. I just said, I've been seeing him. And he went, what? And he stopped. He went, hang on. And anyway, he went up to go and speak to whoever come out in the court in the back thing, and he just went, it might actually go in our favour because you're heavily pregnant. And I really was, lads. I think I had a month to go when I took him to court, and they said to say that he was, I just, you know, and I think, yeah, I think he would have killed me. So Craig Doyle, the police officer, I'm forever in his debt. I really am. But yeah, he got 23 years for what he did to me, for which he'll have to serve the full 23 years.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it did a lot of, took all my money off me. And again, how embarrassing is that? Like, I was never bullied in school. I've never been rinsed before. I was always, like, quite popular, and I was always, like, the funny one. And I had him take all my money off me. So again, it was like the feeling of shame. So when women come to me and they go, well, you know, I go, don't worry about it. Nothing embarrassing about it. You've done nothing wrong. And of course, if he says, well, get this, I want to buy loads of weed, say, I say, oh, I want to appease him, and I'll make us this money. He's never going to make us nothing money from it. So I was working like 70 plus hours a week to come home. He wouldn't work for him then to just take all your money off me.
Yeah.
So yeah, but there was incidents where I'd be leathered in the middle of the street in broad daylight in Toxteth. We knew all the same people. People would just walk past me, and I'd look up at them like, and they wouldn't help me because they were scared of him.
Wow.
And then different people. I can't say exactly in case the podcast, like, but there's a few people who wish you would have told me. You go, you heard me screaming outside of his house, because he'd say, from like having a night shift, I'd knock on the door, and there was one day, and I thought, what have I done? What's up? And he went, come in. And I thought, oh God, and one of my mates messaged him, you fucking bastard, you've done this to her. And she promised me she wouldn't do that, and she did. And he battered me from the bottom to the top of the stairs, right round, and all the windows were open. I was screaming for help, and not one of the neighbours. And this one lad that I'm thinking of, he didn't come and help, and he was like outside.
Because they were all scared of him.
Yeah, people were scared. It was a bit like, oh, no, it's toxic. It was not fucking toxic about that. I was a good girlfriend too, and there was no bickering back and forth. And I haven't got that inclination to want to hit someone. And in the end, I was hitting them back, and I was really honest in court. I said I used to have visions of thinking, tomorrow I'll either kill myself, which I felt like a euphoric, happy feeling. I'd planned it. And I thought, well, if I see all my family on a Wednesday, cousins, aunties, and that, which we all congregate in my mum's, I thought I'll kill myself the next day. And lads, I felt so happy. I felt it was just such a happy, euphoric, because I didn't have my son then. And I thought, I'll do that, you know. Or I thought, I'll get him, and I'll get a big plant pot, all the iron, and I'll hit him over the head as hard as I can. I could imagine blood spurting up the wall, and I was going to kill him. And I was really honest about it in court. I just said I thought I was going to have to kill him, stab him to death first, so he's going to end up killing me.
So only 2 ways out that you saw.
Yeah, or we split up and then he gets with somebody else. Because part of something else that people don't speak about in abusive relationships is actually I pined for him for a long time after I sent him to prison. I pined for him, I missed him, still fancied him. I didn't want anybody else to touch
And that's
me.
all the Stockholm syndrome, isn't it?
Even though he was raping me, punching me head in, he was being very and mentally really cruel to me. He was horrible to me. That sticks with me more than everything else. But I pined for him terrible. I loved him. So it took me, now it's nearly 9 years. It's took me until quite recently. I've stopped drinking, which is 18 months ago. Again, I can't thank Chelsea enough because I started the gym as a fat bird who doesn't like exercise and would rather have drunk loads of red wine. And Chelsea's really, honestly, I know I tell you all the time, she hasn't half helped me. She's fantastic.
Shout at you.
Yeah. So we get up, get it done. But you know, I've had to really work on myself. It took me years. When I took myself onto uni, I started speaking with cells. Sorry that you're asking me now, aren't you? I started speaking with cells. Facilitating my own workshops on DV. Cells are an unbelievable organisation, the boss, and they travel round with he's my mate, sure, he travels round with like a cell, a little tiny cell, so then young people get in and go, hell, I definitely don't want to go in prison because it's as small as what a cell is, the boss. So I started facilitating my own workshops via them, and then he gave me the sort of boost to go, you can do it. So I didn't have my maths or my English. I didn't sit hardly any GCSEs. So I sat my maths and my English, which I later on found I didn't need, joined Access to
Yeah, but you've
Uni
got them now,
in
haven't you?
Hubert, and then carried on to the University of Lancashire, but via the Bootle thing. And then I was determined to go in the police, but you know, when you just go, I don't know, and the police were coming and they were scouting me saying, we want you. But they wanted me to, and you go, I don't want to do that section of police, I want to do this. I thought, fuck it, I'll open my own place. I don't think anyone thought to do it. So I've opened up my own place.
You've done amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. It's some story that, innit, you know. Talk about coming back from adversity.
I've never actually spoken to anyone with actual Stockholm syndrome either. That's quite it's surreal.
I didn't even know.
The Stockholm syndrome, the name of it was named by a guy. So there's women who are like the top CID who say Stockholm syndrome isn't a real thing. It is, but because they don't like the fact that Stockholm syndrome, that meant that a man named it. But I know it's a real thing because it's definitely affected my brain being knocked unconscious so much, and my memory was dire for years, and I used to shake uncontrollably. I've got two big brothers and a big dad who can hold his own. He's nearly 80, and they never knew. So it was the extra heartbreak of my brothers, like my sister, was getting her head kicked in and all that, and they never knew. But I was in mid to late 20s. And I had my own life. I had my fella. I didn't have a child at the time. She go, why would my family know? Because I was just making sure if my head was like that, or if I had to FaceTime, I'd use theatre makeup and that. So it blended all right. So
But
they didn't know.
I bet part of the abuse was that he was probably trying to separate you from all your friends and family as well.
Oh, God.
Or he stopped trying to, you don't need them, you've got me, blah, blah, that sort of thing. And you probably stopped talking to them as much.
What he'd do is he'd sort of say the odd snarky thing, like that would be what, because I had to sit up watching the telly and I had to sit here and he sat there and I had to watch telly. I wasn't allowed to lean on him. He'd pull back his love from me. If he ever give me any to start with, which is another form of abuse that not a lot of people speak about, that sort of withholding love and withholding any form of affection or, acknowledgement of you doing well or anything. And he'd sort of say something snidey about one of my brothers or my sister. My sister's autistic, as I said to you before, and my two brothers are bald and look like me dad, and I'd flip.
Elephants in the room there. Brand new slap head over here.
It's like two Russian dolls over here.
But, or like my mum, she's a double amputee, my mum. So it would be anything, or like my dad works away, but my mum and my dad have been together for nearly 50 years. So it would be anything to get to me. And it'd work. So then it'd be like, oh, she's shouting at me so I can kick her head in. So it would be any excuse, But yeah.
It's horrible, that, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's
just well done for getting away, honestly.
Yeah.
God. Well, that's brave, that. And
I went back quite a bit, It wasn't, I think women give themselves such a hard
time. You've got to go back to realise that's enough.
But look how far you've come. Oscar, you're a testament to yourself, like, honestly.
I know what happens to men and men's mental health. God, we care about that. We're both mums with sons, and the pair of us really give a shit about our kids. And we've got fellas and dads that we all love and care about, and uncles and whatnot. But I think we just know the reality of it is women are actually dying, and I think there's women that are killing themselves in comparison. You know, that isn't being said because maybe, you know, but we're there for young men. And obviously Sarah then takes over when men get to a certain age. So it's why it's important. This is why we love what you do, by the way, as well. You know, yeah, I think it's fantastic.
Do a lot for the Mersey Mind, don't we? Like, we do the peer-to-peer support group of listening space.
I mean, try and do our bit, but you know, it's
team effort. I think, like, all the CICs need to be a lot more coordinating between ourselves, like who can help who, like send people.
Well,
100%.
When Sarah came on, she went, I shouldn't really say this, but I'm gonna, and she went on a big rant about the fact that certain CICs within the area want to just keep everything for themselves.
Got a point. And people have said, well, why would you link in with Sarah's? And you go, well, first of all, I think what Sarah's doing is boss. Second of all, if we want to change a systematic problem, we want to change male violence against women and domestic abuse as a whole, and bring up people's self-esteem, which Chantel, Chelsea's brilliant. I call Chantel Chelsea and Chelsea Chantel, by the way. Chelsea's brilliant.
But she's good.
Yeah. Chelsea are bringing people's self-esteem. But you know, but you can't do that, can you? Unless, and I think because the funding pots are so scarce. But you go, if we all clumped in.
I just think help is help, no matter where it's coming from, isn't it?
God.
So if you're genuinely out there to help people,
it is, and
should
like,
be linked.
You know, like, so like if you take the males, for example, like what we do at Mersey Mind Project is more of a preventative thing. It's not like they're in crisis. We're trying to keep fellas mentally healthy by physical exercise and this thing. So it's more, you know, let's not get to that point, you know, but then if they do, then there's other organisations we can pass them on to and stuff, you know, and I just think if everyone works together, so obviously like you guys, the work that you're doing is probably well past the point of the work that we do, but you know, there's organisations at every step that can help, and organisations need to come together and work together. It's honestly.
Chelsea, you said that you like running a gym. You must see people coming in at the lowest of the low, and you obviously like. What examples have you got of someone like being on like their arse, if you like, and then how you've brought them on?
So, like, for instance, I've got a client who come in. She was dithering outside. She wouldn't walk in the gym. She was terrified. She was nervous. She's never been in a gym before. She was insecure. She didn't go out of her house, and she's messaged me. She said. She'd been following my page for months and months and months, and she just couldn't pick up the courage to message me. And she'd messaged me a few times, like inquiring, and she just wouldn't pick it up. And I'm not a personal trainer that will go and harass someone. If they want a training session, then they'll message me, do you know what I mean? Anyway, she ended up coming in. I had to meet her outside, and she's come in and she was like, I'm so nervous, I'm so scared. And I said, I am the hardest person in there. You come in with me, you'll be fine. So she's come in, and now I walk in that gym and she's in there training on her own, and exercise has done that for her. It's give her confidence, it's give her pride, it's give her, she's just a completely different person, and that's just done through strictly exercise.
Well, through you.
And,
through you.
Your motivation as well.
You give her the kick up the
just
arse
to
she
see
needed.
someone go from being that nervous and scared and riddled in anxiety to walking in that gym on her own due to exercise and what I've done to help her, it just makes me the proudest person in the world.
Me and my lads got our bikes out for the first time late last week, and we all got home. We felt boss.
Yeah, it's the best medicine. I've always said my whole life you should be prescribed a gym membership. Shouldn't be given all these tablets and whatever it is. You should be prescribed a gym membership. I'm telling you, it changes your life.
I don't know about you. I'm not receptive, you know, to certain personal trainers. The trainers in there are lovely, by the way, but you know, like people's different. I talk to her straight away. She makes me howl. So we have a laugh.
Well, that's something like we were talking about in the first half of this. I've recently went for a job interview, and I didn't click, and it made me not want it.
Yes.
And it must be, it's the same here. Obviously, you two have gelled really well. You know, like 2 pieces of pod sat over there. Really,
You couldn't not with her though. She's gorgeous.
I just feel like if you make that person welcome, like in my class, I don't care who you are or if you're brand new and you've never been in before. I will walk over, I'll give you a big hug, and I'll tell everyone in the class to say hi to you. In some gyms, you'll walk in, you'll stand on your own.
Yeah.
No one will acknowledge you.
Yeah.
And I personally think I know how them girls feel. I've never been insecure.
You do like group workouts.
I do
So you feel
groups.
like a team more than anything. Like
So
a
I do like group classes. I do small group sessions in the gym. I do like 5 a.m. challenges, which are like 6-week transformations.
I've seen some of them actually.
Yeah.
I've seen
Big
some of them.
boss.
They look painful, to be quite honest with you. Like,
They are painful, but every single one of my classes is a vibe, and I just personally think you've got to make your class fun. You've got to make them feel good. Like, there's times I do a cartwheel around the class, and that's
We have
just
a
to make them
laugh.
feel good. I have them all dancing, singing, and working hard at the same time, and every person who comes into my class leaves feeling great for the day. And I personally think, like we were saying before, laughter, confidence, and happiness is the main keys to your life.
And then you start
Any
noticing
medicine,
that
any
maybe,
medicine that you can ever have.
you know, your body's changing. It makes you feel good,
And
doesn't
when
it?
it's when you're putting
Top of
self-love,
that fit for a while. and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it's just self-love. It's putting that time, 45 minutes into yourself. If you're a mum or you're a dad and you work all day and you just take that 45 minutes out for just you, because we're all guilty of slaves for everyone else in the
Yeah.
house, and that 45 minutes is just for you, and you leave and you go, I feel great for that.
I'm in agony, but
It's
I
the
feel
best
boss.
feeling you'll ever have in your life. I found the gym about 15 years ago, and I was drinking, I was going out, and I'd had enough, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna go to the gym down the road, and it's the best thing I ever done in my life.
Well, do you know what? So I tried the gym a few times back in the day. I've not tried recently, obviously. One of the things that put me off was like, I don't know if it was the gyms I was going to. I tried a few and that, but you get like all the regular fellas in there, and you can tell they go all the time. They're massive, and you sort of like you're being looked at, and you're using a bit of equipment.
It's
And
not
So
like
I'll
that
tell you,
now,
and I'll
like-
tell you one
and I'm just
thing.
like, I just thought, oh, I can't be
I'll tell
fucking
you one thing
bothered.
as well. Like, the biggest fear in a gym is that everyone's going to look at you like you're
Yeah.
doing something wrong.
That's how I felt. Yeah.
Is what you're doing. Everyone is in there probably feeling either the same way you're feeling or just getting on with the workout. Like, if you look around, this girl I was telling you about before, I said, oh, come here. I said, look around. I said, not one person has even noticed that you've walked in here, because he's too busy fixing the lat pull down. He's too busy trying to squat. Everyone else is in here for their own problems or their own fixes. Everyone in a gym is in there to better themselves. So I understand some of the gyms you're talking about, and you've got the heads thinking they're gorgeous. I'm onto them ones.
It's a
but
real mixed bag,
it's
isn't
not.
it?
It's not like that in a local gym, I would say, rather than a commercial gym. Commercial gyms can be a bit solace and everyone's in their own corner, but it's not like that. Everyone is in there just trying to better their own self, and everyone started where you're starting. That's why I try to explain to someone. It's like this girl was going, I feel stupid because I can't lunge, and I said, what do you do? And she said, I'm a barmaid. And I went, if you took me into your pub, you would have to show me 100 times how to pour a pint. I wouldn't
Yeah.
just be able to walk over and pour a pint. I couldn't just do that. I do this every day, and these people who are in here do this every day. This is your first day. You've got to do something constantly to learn how to do it, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? So it's that fear, I think, of not knowing. Walking through the door's the hardest part. I always say that. So you get in here and I'll do the hard work.
Do you know when people say
Start screaming at them.
I do scream, but it's a motivation.
Squat.
It's a motivational scream.
I know.
we have a scream,
We
honestly.
do have a laugh, and I always have banter with them all. And
I think you've got to.
feel
You've
like-
got to make them feel normal as well. You know, do
so
you know
I
what I mean?
always
You know,
have
make
a bit of
people
banter, and
It's like our peer-to-peer session.
You should bring Chelsea along for the peer-to-peer.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
Can I shout at them all?
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Squat!
Yeah, that'd be funny. That. But it was called a peer-to-peer support session, and I wanted to change the name because support session sounds clinical. and what we do is not fucking clinical in any way, shape, or form. We meet up, we have a laugh, we eat cakes. I eat loads of Haribo and fizzy fucking sweets. We have coffee, we have tea, and we just sit, we have a laugh. We talk about what we're watching on the telly, we talk about the footy, we just sit and just chat absolute shit for an hour and a half. But it's not clinical in any way because I want everyone there to feel relaxed. It's like they can
Yes.
come and talk.
And I think
be
sometimes if you
themselves
put
and that, you know.
like a label on it, like a support group, it can make other people go,
It can
I
put
don't
people
need
off
a
as well.
support group. Or
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
just make it normalise it. Do you know what I mean? If
It's
that's-
called the,
Sometimes you
it's
go
called
in-
the listening space.
You
Yeah.
go into
That's
other
better.
TV organisations, and there's fabulous ones, by the way, within Merseyside and on the Wirral, but you can go in, it's a little bit, you know,
Yeah, I think in
Well,
our
you know,
place, it's dead laid back.
yeah.
She come in,
God.
we're normal girls.
I've got the kettle
She's
on.
had her own problems, do you know what I mean?
God. And
We're eating the cookie biscuits.
well, considering of the stuff that we hear, because you can imagine the stuff we hear on a daily basis, but in between it, we have a laugh.
Yeah.
And the girls that come in, they've become our friends. You know, that sort of, you shouldn't have your clients as your friends, they've become our mates. So they come in sometimes just for a gab or to have the lunch with us. And I would hate to have somewhere where there's a hierarchy. You go, yeah, it's my organisation, but we're all on a very even keel. Everyone can come to me and I'll take everyone's ideas on board. I hate that hierarchy bullshit. It's not for me, that. I haven't been brought up like that. So I think we're all on an even keel. And there's more sweets and chocolate and biscuits.
I think you spent about 80 quid on home.
I had a ball, didn't I? ADHD overspending you, and you go, well, we need this for the meetings and for the kids.
I've been looking at your website, and what I actually like about it at the very bottom is that relationship well-being check, the confidential one at the bottom. I think that's such a subtle but clever idea.
Thank you.
If I'm honest with you, I really like. I was just reading it. Then I was just like, 19 questions of like. The first one, I'm just going to read it out. If that's like, do they make it hard for you to see friends, family, or people you trust? You know, and it's just like if someone's just like browsing, wondering like, am I in a domestic?
Some people don't know, like you said before. Some people don't actually know, do they?
No.
They might see this podcast and then they click on your website and they see that and they think, I'll just see if I am.
The other one is your fella will
so
get you
clever,
pissed, and you get getting your makes up a line, and you're on a spliff, and you're pissed, and he batters you, and then you're like, that the next day we just had murder. We had murder. He hasn't. He's got you pissed, and he's leathered you. So this is something else. That is Justin's mate, who's our new web guy, who's boss. But that was his idea. He said and Justin, we've spoke about getting a thing, and I don't know whether to get another type, a bit more of a hard hitting, excuse the pun, type of questionnaire that they can really delve into over maybe more of the sexual side of stuff, because rape, I always say this all the time, but rape is depicted on Coronation Street and EastEnders and in films where you're getting pinned down and she's going, no. It's not that sometimes, unless you're really keen all the way through, taking your clothes off, yes, I want to have sex, and you're excited. Then that's not consent. Or if you go, yeah, okay, to giving him a blowjob, for instance, that's not consent. You have to be on an even keel. So people say there's such grey areas. No, there's not. It's quite black and white. The sexual consent stuff, and and them having sex with you. But you go, well, we're both pissed. Well, were you both pissed, or has he got you pissed to be able to do what he wants with you? And every woman I know has had some sort of strange experience. So I don't know whether to try and go for that level of questionnaire as well. At some point.
That'll be a hard one, wouldn't it? Because you don't want to scare people.
I don't, but maybe
you?
it's for a different. I don't know, because.
Well, you could like put a link at the bottom of that questionnaire.
Yeah.
If you want to click
a follow-on
that.
questionnaire. Once you've read the responses to that questionnaire, maybe go, actually, we'd like you to fill this one in if that's okay, because we feel that
if they hit a certain criteria of the first one or something like that, I don't know, it'd be hard to.
What I don't want to do, lads, is dilute it, because with a lot of domestic abuse organisations that are fighting against it, it's financial abuse, economic, which obviously comes under that, emotional, psychological, sexual. But I want to, when we're doing our school talks, me and Chelsea, I want to dive into things to go right, to speak about period blood, speak about body hair, that, speak about your autonomy over your body, because it's a bit icky that women have body hair. You go, well, that's quite normal. Unless she has autonomy to shave her body, but it's that getting rid of the ickiness of, disgusting women's bodies. And you go, there's nothing wrong with a woman's body, there's nothing wrong with a man's body. So it's young men who are watching porn and wanking their lives away, presumably in the mum's box room, actually knowing all the appropriate words, understanding that you don't always have to choke somebody. These are things that people are quite embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed to talk about it. I think a better informed young person is number one, is a safer person. My son's nearly 9. He knows all the correct terminology for everything, all the correct words, because you go, I want him to be safe from anybody possibly trying it on with him, and him to know what to do and what not to do with a young girl, to make sure, he's at...
I think starting off when they get in high school, mainly, or maybe a little bit younger or something like that. I don't know what the right age would be. I wouldn't like to say, but get in the schools, tell them, and make them squirm. And make them realise it's okay to think
these things are normal.
These things
are normal to talk
yeah.
about it. It's normal to talk about periods and these sort of things. It's
You
natural,
think
it's
about
normal.
being in school when we were of age, and you put a Johnny on a banana. It was about it, wasn't it? A woman has a lovely feeling through her
body. I think we were in the school at the same time, to be honest with you.
Do you know what? I've just been thinking, how old are you?
I'm 34.
No, I'm 40 now.
Oh, yeah.
Dig a hole. Stop. Stretching your legs. But,
Sam was 40 the other week, weren't you, mate?
Isn't it
Just a reminder.
interesting?
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I
feel bad.
He's told me fucking 50, though. I'm going to knock him out soon, honestly. I said I'm only 50 because I've lived with Catherine for so many years and I look older than I am.
Yeah.
Sure, she says the same thing.
She says a lot worse than that, trust me. A lot worse than that. So obviously, at the moment you're helping young women, and obviously they're also men as well, because obviously we spoke to Sarah and stuff about...
Well, she's very separate to us, so if anyone who's got an adult son who needs help, either with you guys for the mental health side or for the therapeutic side, but we help up to 16.
So how do you work on a referral basis, or how
we
is
work
it?
on an anything basis, Sam. So we either get referrals. We've got 2 doorways for the referrals doorway, or the non-referrals doorway is also wheelchair access. We're incredibly proud. We've got neurodivergent people on our staff team, which I'm just made up about.
We're both neurodivergent, aren't we? I am. I've been diagnosed.
I have my assessment
I
on
would
Friday.
have never have known. We've got ADHD.
I've got autism and ADHD.
You got the dual
I think I
diagnosis.
created ADHD.
Yeah.
Did
I think it was made by me.
She couldn't be any more ADHD if she tried.
Well, they need. I went
And
for
I
the assessment
also
on
think
Friday.
ADHD is a superpower.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not a...
I said to me, Mum, they're going to have to do an interview with you, Mum, and she went, do you reckon I am autistic? And she went, if autism was as prevalent back when you were a kid, you'd have been the fucking poster boy of autism.
My mum is fully ADHD, but obviously you didn't get diagnosed back then.
Of course.
And when I was young...
You were just a shit in school, weren't you?
So my mum used to say...
Naughty child, that's what you
said, Miss Petterson, I think, we're going to have to refer her to get diagnosed with ADHD. She doesn't have to get ADHD, she's a little twat. And I was like... So I didn't get diagnosed with ADHD. So I literally was kicked out of every school I was ever in. Year 8 indefinitely. I got kicked out of every college I got sent to. I was on tag when I was 15. And she still just said I was a little twat. So I didn't get diagnosed with ADHD till I was 30.
You get that pang, is it? Or that feeling of, I wish it was a...
So I find
that sort of
that was
support.
another thing why I want to go into the schools, because when I was young, you just tarnished with this, but I just had all this energy and I didn't know what to do with it because I was getting passed from pillar to post. I weren't being diagnosed with ADHD. And when I was young, it was more negative energy, whereas I've flipped it now and all my energy is positive. I don't have any negative vibes in my life, none at all. So I just channel it into training people, helping people, and to flip your life the way I have is just unbelievable. And I know if I get a grip of them kids, I can help them do that. I just know I can. I feel like that's what I'm meant to do.
I just think because like you to relate to kids, you've got to almost you've
got to have
obviously
been there.
you've
I feel
lived
like
it.
ex-drug addicts are drug counsellors, aren't they?
Yes.
Like I
yes.
literally was on the youth offending team, and this girl she must have been 21, straight out of university from Heswell or something. That's nothing against Heswell, but she'd never been to Seacombe. She'd never been on the estate. She didn't know anything about the stuff that I was
Book smart, not life smart.
and she just didn't, and it weren't her fault. She just didn't know and I don't think that should be allowed. I personally don't think it should be allowed.
No, I don't.
They should have to visit and know, like, what's going on.
Last week, Daryl was saying that he's now got the team that he is, only small, there's only 3 of them, but the criteria for being on his team is you have to have that lived experience, because if you don't have that lived experience, how can you honestly, properly help
I remember
somebody?
sitting there at 15 and thinking,
Yeah.
I could do your job better than you. And I was 15.
Yeah.
And I was an absolute lunatic. But I can remember sitting opposite her thinking, I could do your job better than you.
That's why
And from that
I've got the
day,
best
I
team
thought that's what I
in the
wanted to
world.
do, to be honest.
And do you reckon that was a bit of a turning point where you sort of
Bit
went,
of a turning point for me, because I just thought, she hasn't got a clue. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably not then. It weren't a turning point then.
I
Yeah.
said to Chelsea, I want to put her up for awards because it's a pretty, there it was, it's a stark thing. She's really changed her life around. It's some story. So I've nabbed deferrals, which I'm like that about. I was speaking on the way in the car, and I said, you know, she could do anything. The way she deals with we were all chatting away, and she knows who to help, and their classes are packed.
You
And
can
she
just spot,
knows
you can
we're all on
spot the
different
ones struggling
levels.
at different
Yeah.
times. Just
Yeah, so I just
Yeah.
find sometimes people will like shine a light on the people who are good at training, whereas I think you're all right at training. I'm going to go and help this person over there who isn't all right. So sometimes trainers can like go, this person's that good, look what this person can do, whereas I'm over here with the underdog who doesn't know what to do. And she is absolutely amazing, by the way. She couldn't lunge, couldn't bear.
I couldn't
And
do
all
anything.
she used to say was, I can't. And I used to say, you can. You just haven't learned how to do it.
Now I can
So
only
you
bear
can
you,
do
can't
it.
I?
You just need to. You
And
will.
I
And
could-
she can do them all now.
I'm starting to get my waist back, don't lads. Between me waist, my arse, which I've lost my bum. It's not where I want it to be, but it's like went flat as a pancake after that Enzo. And now I've got blonde bits in my hair. Sky's the limit.
absolutely flying?
Honest to God,
Say
sky's the
things
limit.
at 40, you know.
I'm wearing something that looks like a sausage skin. And we're flying.
so what I want to know is like Chelsea, we'll just do your. I want to know how people get in touch with your gym and stuff in a second. But how do people come to reverse CIC?
You turn up.
Just where would they rock up?
Well, Scar Primary School's the big main gate, and we're in a little dinky building on the side. You'll see an extremely obnoxious sign with reverse. We could have got a lot smaller. It's half the
No, go
size
big
of the
and bold,
building.
innit? Go big and bold.
You can just turn up. You can see that we're a non-judgy team. I've got
Got a
the
website.
best team in the world. We've got a boss website.
Come on, now.
It's good, isn't
We're
it?
on Instagram. You're going to ask me to reel off what we're called, aren't you? Now, what are we called on Instagram? Right, wait there. So you can get me on my Facebook, which is my Facebook, which is reverse. Hang on a sec. So we've got reverse, and then NW capital letters, and then CIC, and then we're on TikTok. So we're on TikTok as reverse_Northwest CIC. We're on Instagram, touching all bases here, lads, for reverse_Northwest CIC. And then I've got another Facebook, which is reverse Northwest CIC again. But our website, which is pretty fantastic, even if it's just
reversenorthwest.org.uk.
Yes.
Yes, just give you a bit of a hand,
Thank you very much,
because it's on here. You see, I've been reading it and stuff like that, so I can relate to you during
It's
the
got your
episode.
contact information on there as well on the
So my
website.
phone number is 07568 409 294, and you can call me morning, night, 4 o'clock in the morning if you need someone to talk to, and I'll be there. And like, for instance, everyone's got whatever bugs going around at the minute, but I've said today, I said if anybody needs me, I'll either meet you in Liscar because I only live around the corner from the building, or just off Withens Lane, or I can travel into Liverpool if that's easier. So I can always travel to use. Hey.
I know some of our listeners, no prank calls to Eve at 3 a.m, please, because I know what some of our listeners are like. So
if no one can ring me piss, please, because that'll make me jealous.
I'm just going up for a chat, Eve. In their kitchen at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Chelsea, how do people join where you currently work and stuff like that? I mean, I just, well, like, you're here, I know you're a part of, but like,
Yeah,
your story's been amazing, so let's just get that going as well.
Yeah, so I work in Dream Body in Wallasey. It's at the bottom of Manor Road in a big old church. And I work in Hard Hitters Gym in Birkenhead. It's just opposite the courts. Both gyms are absolutely unbelievable. They're so welcoming. Actually, me boss, Luke, who works for Hard Hitters, he does a lot of charity work, I think, for the veterans as well. He's unbelievable what he does. He's got a school for kids that have been kicked out of school and stuff as well. So he does loads of charity work.
What's Luke's surname?
Luke Nevin. He's a boxer.
I think I might have seen his Instagram. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so he does. I'm absolutely useless, but he does a lot of. He's an ex-veteran, so he does loads of.
Let's see if we can get him on.
He's got it. Yeah, he's unbelievable. Yeah, I can have a word with him.
If you could have a word with him to reach out to us, please.
Yeah,
honestly,
he's unbelievable. All the work that he does, so his gym's unbelievable, and Dream Body is where Eve comes, and that's just a family-run gym, and everyone is just so well.
It's round the corner from our building as well.
Yeah.
You get to see this one here. You get to see me and me chubby state. And we've got the building round the corner. I like Wallasey. I'm not from there originally, but it's a boss little area. Everyone's got each other's back.
But anyone can message me as well on my Instagram, and if they're worried about coming in the gym, I'll meet them outside and I'll bring them in and make them feel well.
I need to just add a caveat as well. Liscar Primary School have been fantastic. Yeah. You know, they've been so supportive. I know I said this on Justin's radio show, but they've really been. They just get it. They get the need, and they've been boss. So after Jane and the old head teachers, so they've been fantastic. So I have to give them a shout out as well.
You've got an event coming up, haven't you?
Thank you very much for reminding me. I forgot all about it. Yes, it's on the 5th of July. Are you coming, lads?
I've only just been told about it now, so
yeah,
here we
please.
are.
So it's from 1 till 6 in the Poulton Vicks, or whatever it's called. There's a live band on, there's a boss singer, there's like stalls and food trucks pulling up, but there's also like tarot card readings and
show.
Oh yeah, there's a fashion show as well.
You
Big fashion show in the middle.
Am I dressing up?
Those the ball proclaimers, couldn't we? The ball proclaimers.
I'm fucking right, said Fred.
Yeah, hey, course and QU2 like that on the stage.
Oh, amazing. So what date was that?
So it's the 5th of July, and everything that's made it a £10 a ticket, lads. It's nothing.
Just send us the link and all that to that so we can advertise that on our pages.
As well.
If you could.
But everything that's made is going right back into the community. Everything. Like none of us get paid. We're all doing it because we really give a shit, and we really care. So every single penny right back into the building, which will then help us continue our work that we're doing. Hence why Justin called us. What's he call us? Rural Angels or something. He wasn't wrong, lads.
He's absolutely right, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just need a few more of you. That's all. If we could clone you a few times.
Thank you very much.
Get you out there. That would
just
be
give them back,
class.
Well, I could say the same to you. You're doing a really good thing. What you do and helping men's mental health. It's incredibly important.
It is. No, it is. You're right. And to be honest with you, like we said this with Sarah, didn't we? I think like the two go hand in hand almost. If we can. As we said earlier, education with kids, especially young boys, it's so important.
Yeah.
For me, that's the most important part of this.
Get them while they're young, isn't it? And tell them what's right and wrong.
I think it was it. Who was it? No, it wasn't Jess. It was Carly Openshaw.
Oh, she's gorgeous, Carly. Yeah.
She was our very first ever guest
Oh,
on the
she's lovely,
podcast.
Carly.
Absolutely brilliant. And she said something to me, and it's resonated with me, and I practically say it on every episode, and that is that this is the first opportunity we've fully had to raise a generation of boys that understand how to treat other people and women and your partners and whoever. And this is the first chance that we've got as adults to teach these kids this is how it's done, not the way it's done in the past. And she's doing incredible work. And that, when she said that, it absolutely resonated with me. And I think she's right. You know, this is our chance. We need to take it. And I think the more organisations that work together, it's only going to.
Also, our little people, Enzo's a little swine, but he's our future, and your little one, they're our future, aren't they? They're these little people. I mean, I one's ginger, this is why I'm grey at the front, that's why I've blonde put in. Yeah, both with, this is why we're like that.
I said, his sister goes, shut up, you ginger little shit. He goes, me nanny says I'm golden.
Oh, it was
strawberry blonde, Moroccan sunsets and all them.
But it's true, even the little swines, I quite like the little swines, the kids.
Like the cheeky ones, though, the funny
they're
ones.
Our future, aren't
but
they?
they'd know never to hit or, you know, you tell your kids from young, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
We said this on the way, you know, and you go, oh, lads won't be, and you go, oh, no, Enzo would have to move out, and I don't think his uncles would be taking him in because...
I just don't think they will turn out like that, though, because I think if you bring them up well, and you bring them up right, and they're told from a young age, this is right, this is wrong, this is what you should do, this is what you... They'll know. They'll just know, won't they?
And Enzo said he's a sex offender about Donald Trump, and I thought, that's my son. And I went, don't say that. And I thought, yes, so in my heart, my soul, he's a real lefty, lads.
You can't say that. Well, he can if he's fucking right.
Well, he is a sex offender. I was like, don't shout, think we're in the middle of the street. And he'd ran out in his undies or something, which is his usual thing when he's a sex offender. And I thought, what fun. Yeah, but he is, isn't he? He's a pig. But I have to try and not be too political. I've been warned, because you can't be political. But it's a real lefty, my son. And go on, made up. Yeah.
It is right. Happy days.
Yeah.
Well, listen, ladies, thank you for coming down. For coming down and being, I guess we really appreciate it. And thank you for being so open and honest, you know, about obviously what's happened in the past and stuff. Hopefully your story will, you know, not inspire people, but hopefully if it makes one person sort of take your test on the website, then, you know, coming down here and saying what you said has been worth it, hasn't it? So
or even give some the confidence.
Or even thinks, hang on, is my son a perpetrator here? You know, and maybe she clocks something with her younger son, or inspires them to actually leave, because it takes some strength to actually go. So, and to maybe inspire to not feel ashamed, because I kept going back.
But also, like men can take that test as well.
Yeah.
Can't they? It's not
just women, no.
I think all abusers, even if they're narcissistic, which I know is an overused term now, but it's always a touch of self-hatred, and you guys are working wonders by bringing up men's self-esteem and helping and being there. This is all we want to do as well. So thank you so much for having us on, lads. I'm really grateful.
Pleasure having you down here. Thank you very much indeed. Honestly, thanks for coming down. Yeah, I'm still trying to get over your fucking haircut, to be honest.